Okay, this is week 5, and week 5 we start adding change of pace to our healing, and we're going to start working on our circle exercises. We'll do the circle exercises first because that bleeds straight over into our change of pace and how we're going to get our dogs to keep up with us. For the circles, the idea is that the dog stays in heel position when we're making a circle left and a circle right. In the beginner class, we just do circles, go down one circle, come back, another circle, and we're finished. In the next class, you tie those together for the figure 8. I train this a little bit differently because I know that my dogs are going to be doing the figure 8s, so I kind of start there. Instead of trying to get all the way around this circle at one point, I'm going to make several points out of this circle. Coda, watch me. Yes, thank you, good boy. So when we're making a left turn or a circle left, the dog has to slow down. They have to maintain position. When we're doing rights, circle rights, and right turns, the dog speeds up to get around us, right? The idea is they have to stay in this heel position. So we have to train them to speed up or slow down with us. Again, I don't like using the neck pops to get them to speed up or slow down. I found that if I want a dog to speed up, they're lagging, and you try to pop that collar to pull them up, they start to cringe. They start to not look forward to speeding up to being with you. So I like to try to make that a happy thing. And I'll do this with a lot of play and my voice commands. My voice will go up saying, come on, let's go, 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 to try to get the dog pepped up to stay with me on these turns. It's really fairly simple. We start out with a hula hoop for these circles. That's about how big your circle needs to be when practicing. Get back to it. Okay, good. In a trial, when they go to space themselves, the stewards, off of jumps or anything, they'll put their hands up here like this and space themselves off of it. That's the proper distance they want. Now, if you notice, I can put my hand here, go up, sit, and my dog is right on the edge of that circle. So that's really proper spacing, what I want to do, okay? You don't have to have a hula hoop. You can use trash cans, chairs, anything to make a circle. You should use your imagination. The hula hoop will eventually go away to where on the figure 8, you're just using pylons, these cones. And for our beginner evaluation, there won't be anything on the floor. So, stay. So you'll actually have the width of one of these mats to turn around. That's kind of the distance that we're targeting. So notice it's just a little bit bigger than the hula hoop. So kind of learn how big your circles need to be. In the beginner class, people tend to make the mistake of circling way too wide, trying to give their dog enough room, or they'll come in here and turn like this too tight. And both have their problems. Later on in rally, you will need a turn that's tight, but you don't need it now. We'll work up to that later. One way I do make my left turns and right turns nice and sharp with the dogs is I do make tight circles. Good boy. I do make tight circles with my dogs to teach them to wrap around me. The circle exercises, these methods that I'm going to use, will help you build to that. So that's really about it on the circles. I'm going to start this hula hoop here inside of this cone because I'm going to work it as a figure 8 here in a minute. That's it. Now, I will use my treats. If I can get my treats out. I'll use cheese. I'll have this in my hand. Kind of start guiding his head around with these turns, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the circle left first because he has to slow down. So So I'm gonna go circle left. I'll bring my treat right here like this. I can control where my dog is, where this treat is, right? So I will just lead around, so I'll circle left. Good, yes. Okay. Not much of a secret on the circle left. If you keep your dog's nose with the treat, this is fairly easy. Okay. If they're not interested in the treat, then, and they're foraging, I may have to use my back command. Back. As soon as they get back in a good position, yes, good. Mark it. Okay. We're always going to mark this field position. Anytime the dog gets out of position, I get them back in. Yes, good. Watch me. And my watch me really comes into play on circles. Because if the dog is off looking at something else, because I'm making a circle, he's not staying up with me because he's looking at something else. He's going to veer off, release you really tight. So they correct themselves to a degree, but I want to prevent them from making that mistake. So having the dog's attention from the start is really going to ensure that your dog stays in position throughout these circles. Okay, and again, treat. But you know, it's kind of flirt with him with my little flirt technique. Good. Yay, good boy. Okay. Circle left. Circle right is more difficult because your dog is on the outside. And on the inside, on the left, I'm constantly crowding them. So they're going to naturally kind of want to stay back if they're watching. But on the circle right, not that way. Circle right, the dog isn't watching me, whoop, off he goes, right? I leash. So what I do is I don't try to get a full circle immediately. Okay? I'll peel into this. I'm going to make a circle right here. I'm going to go part way around with his attention, and then I'm going to just take off running out of it. And I'm going to build on that different parts of the circle where he doesn't know when I'm going to run out of the circle. It becomes a game for him. So by not knowing where I'm going to exit this circle, it builds his drive to stay up with me because he's ready to run. Right? Or I can toss a treat. Get him up in front of me if I need to. And I'll show you that one in a minute. But I'm going to show you that what I use to just drive around the circle. Come on, Cody. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Yes, good. Okay. Now I'm going to come back. Let's go, Cody. Go. Yes. Good. 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 Let's go. Yay. Now I'm going to come back in the same starting point. Let's go, Cody. Here. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Yay. Okay. That is a fun game for them. They don't know when I'm going to take off. And it really charges them up on this figure eight, okay? I start with the left. On figure eight, I can go either direction. This is next class. But I always start with my left because it's my slow side. And then I run into my right turns so I can build my speed up. The circle exercise is individual, so you don't have to worry about that combination yet. But I'm going to do it right here, right now. Come on, let's go. We'll do a left turn here. Cody, get back. Yes, watch. Let's go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, 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 go. Yes. Okay. Playing games like that will increase their drive, their want to be beside you because they don't know when you're leaving. Take off fast. You don't pull your dog out of this. You got to make sure you have their attention and have them with you. I do this just constantly. And what you get eventually is a dog that maintains heel position no matter where you are at. See, he knows we're going to take this figure left. Come on. Good. Okay. In trials, a lot of points are lost on these figure eights because the dog doesn't really know where they're supposed to be. Okay? Body language starts to play an important part of these circles. Okay? If I'm constantly heeling back here, see how my dog is back here? My shoulder's back, right? My shoulder's square. My dog moved up. I can control where my dog is with my shoulders. Okay? When you're starting these circles, it's important to maintain squareness up here. If I'm looking back, wondering where my dog is naturally going to move backwards. Okay? If I'm looking over here like this, the dog is going to want to move up here. Plus, I can have my treat kind of up here if I need to. I don't treat out of my right hand, but sometimes on figure eight, working on the right side or the circles, it'll help. You can see how it pulls him around. Pull him in front of me using the treat in the right hand. That's the only time I ever treat out of my right hand, because on a right circle, I want the dog to move up. Okay? The body position is very important. You have to really focus on it. It feels weird at first, but as I'm going around this figure eight to start with, or the circle, excuse me, I'm going to hold my shoulders square. Okay? I can actually move my shoulders forward to pull my dog up, or I can move him back and he'll lag. Okay? So be very conscious. When you walk around these circles, stand up straight, shoulders square. And then you can kind of just look down at your dog to use your treat if you need to. Again, smaller dogs are a little bit more difficult. The spoon, kitchen spoon with the cheese or the peanut butter on them can help you. Sit. Good sit. Stay. But what you'll have to do is on this figure eight circles, I'm sorry, I'm going figure eights. I would use the spoon right here like this, up and down my leg. Kind of right here for the small dogs, so they can kind of touch that treat and you can pull it away. Touch the treat, pull it away. Okay? Sit. Be hungry. So that is how I do the circles. I'm going to show you the whole exercise so you know what it looks like on the beginners. Sit. I'll tell you, circle exercise, are you ready? We're ready. Dog's looking at me. We're ready. Forward. Go to heel. Get down here. I'll say circle left. You will go in your circle left. Come down here, about turn. Circle right. About turn. And hold. Exercise finish. That's how the whole thing looks. So you can practice this by just setting up something circular, or an object to go around. Go down one way, do your circle left, about turn, come back, and circle right. We'll work on that in class, of course. I really get particular on how you hold your shoulders and how you're luring your dog. We have to maintain the attention. Again, if you lose your dog's attention, they're going to go out, they're going to crash into you, something's going to go wrong there. So the watch me game really pays off here. If it's not strong, really work on the watch me game. As far as, I don't want to really tie that in too much more with the figure eight. Change of pace. You have to have, come on, go to heel. You have to figure out a good pace for your dog. Okay, for Dakota, it's right about here for him. He's not running. but he's not really moving slow. We don't want a trot, but probably just under a trot. Yes, good. Yes. The thing is, we have to be able to see the change of pace. Dog and handler. So, if you're heeling slow right now, like this, and we want you to do a slow pace, your slow pace is going to be almost stopped. Okay? So knowing this now, you need to adapt your normal pace to where you provide a slow pace and the dog is still moving and not sitting. Okay? Initially for slow, as I slow down, whoa, buddy. Initially when I slow down, they're going to want to sit like that. Okay? That's fine. We don't want to let them sit. We don't want to stop and let them sit. We just kind of keep going. So, come on, let's go. And they'll figure out real fast at this slow pace, we're going to stay moving. For a slow pace, my stride stays the same. The speed of the steps is what changes. Step. So if I'm heeling, normal, slow pace, normal, my stride length stays the same. Slow, normal. Okay? That's important to remember. I can't slow down like this and then take off like this. Okay? Can't do it. Now, fast pace is just the opposite. Okay? Fast pace isn't and my normal pace is right here. No, you have to pick your feet up. Fast pace will be normal, fast, normal, normal, fast, normal. It's the same thing. Your stride length is still roughly the same. It's the speed. A lot of people find that they're using a metronome handy, or singing a song, or having some sort of drum beat in their head, so they can kind of keep track of their feet initially. Later that goes away. But there's apps for your phone for metronomes and things like that you can use to you figure out what pace your normal pace is, and then you can adapt the fast and the slow with that. That's if you want to get really technical about it. The fast pace with my dog, here's my normal. I'm going to come down here and do it. Right. Normal. Fast. Normal. Fast. Normal. Fast. Now notice he's maintaining his position. The dog has to maintain your position. If your dog is speeding, if you go on fast, your dog's like, yay, let's go! He takes off charging, you're gonna have to go, back. And catch him real quick. A little bit of jumping is normal at first, but it should settle down once you start practicing this and then know what to expect. It's not free-for-all we're playing, we're moving really quickly, that's it. So don't let them get overexcited. If the dog starts to get overexcited, you can use your voice, easy, back, slow down, whatever, versus your, let's go, yay, happy voice, right? Get in. Now again, we're talking about your body posture on these circles, square, right? When I change the pace, when I go to a slow, my body leans forward a little bit. No, it's backwards, I'm sorry. I go to fast, my body leans forward. When I go to slow, I go back like this. Okay? Remember when I pull my shoulder back, dog moves back? Well, on a slow, my whole body's going to go back like this, and that's going to become a cue for the dog to slow down. Okay? For him, right. Slow. See, I pitched myself back a little bit and gave him a cue forward. Fast. I lean forward. That's a cue for him. So that's an additional body signal that I can give him without actually saying anything. In obedience to trials, you cannot speak to your dog. You can't talk to your dog. So those non-verbal cues are important to start teaching your dog now. Leaning forward, backward, and holding your shoulders still. Okay? Eventually, your dog will get so attuned with you that I can just turn my shoulders and my dog will do what I want. Front. Sit. See, he just did a swing finish. I mean, moving my shoulders this way. It was a crummy swing finish, just crooked, but get the idea. Front. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay? That's next class stuff. You'll do a finish on the recall. That's how your body movements show your dog what to do. If you don't pay attention to them now, beginners, you won't have them in the advanced levels when you need them. So really work on that. And I think that's about all I have for circles.